divided into three topics. These are the ecological concepts, the pollution environment, and the environmental management system. So under ecological concept, we will discuss the introduction to environmental engineering, the ecology of life, biogeochemical cycles, and ecosystems. So under the pollution environment, we will discuss to you the water environment, the air environment, including the solid environment. And last is the toxic and hazardous waste treatment. So the last topic in this module is the environmental management system, which are the environmental impact assessment and the environmental clearance certificate. Ano nga bang environmental science? It is the study of facts and nature about environment. So the word environment comes from the French word environ, which means to encircle or to surround. So there are three reasons why we study the state of environment. The first is the need for information that clarifies modern environmental concepts like equitable use of natural resources, more sustainable lifestyle, and etc. The second reason is there is a need to change the way in which we view our own environment using practical approach based on observation and self-learning. So ayan sa public awareness, environmental pollution or problems cannot be solved by mere laws. Una is public awareness of environmental issues is at infant stage. So 30 to 40% of public of developing country are aware of environmental problems but they do not bother about it. Ignorance and complete knowledge has led to misconceptions. Development and improvement in a study of living has led to serious environmental disasters. Debates on environmental issues are treated as anti-developmental. So yan, sa applications naman, environmental science is essentially the application of scientific methods and principles to the study of environmental issues. So it has probably been around in some forms as long as science itself. So ayan, last topic natin is pag-uusapan natin yung risks and hazards in the environment.
Ecosystem is the community of living things interacting with the non-living parts of their environment. There are two primary parts of an ecosystem, the biotic part and the abiotic part. The biotic part is made up of all the living things like plants and animals, fungi and bacteria, and viruses. The abiotic part is made up of non-living things like rocks and minerals, water, and energy. Ecosystems can be almost any size, while most of us think of communities like a coral reef or a forest. An ecosystem can be a small pond or even the area beneath a large rock. Ecosystems need energy. In most cases, this energy comes from sunlight. Producers like plants take light energy and convert it into usable sugar energy through photosynthesis. As animals consume the energy from plants, they are eaten by other animals and ultimately decomposed back into the soil. The energy moves through the ecosystem via a food web. Two of the most important concepts in the study of ecosystem are niche and habitat. A habitat is a place where an organism lives. Organisms must get nutrition, shelter, water, and the other things they need to survive from there. Niches and organisms play a role in the ecosystem. 1. How something eats, how it behaves, where it lives. All of these things define an organism's niche. Two organisms cannot occupy the same niche for very long. Eventually, one will outcompete the other for food and other resources, forcing the other to move to extinct. Many of the Earth's ecosystems are threatened due to climate change, pollution, and the human destruction of habitats. Scientists called the ecologists study and monitor the health of ecosystem and continually work to discover new ways to protect these precious organisms and environment. Now let's proceed to ecology. Ecology is the study of how living beings interact with their physical environment and also with one another. It is a branch of biology that studies the relationship between organisms, their environment, and their associated energy flows. The terms ecology and ecosystem have different meanings. Ecosystem consists of two factors, the biotic and abiotic factors, as I have said earlier, while ecology is the study of how organisms relate or interact with one another and their surrounding environment. This is a field ecosystem made of biotic and abiotic factors. The biotic factors in the ecosystem can be classified according to how they obtain chemical energy. Chemical energy is just a fancy name for food. Some organisms are classified as autotrophs. Autotrophs are self-feeding and are able to produce their own food. The tree, the grass, the bushes, and the flowers are all classified as autotrophs. We can also refer to them as producers. Producers use light energy from the sun through the process of photosynthesis to produce their own chemical energy or food. All other organisms are classified as heterotrophs. A heterotroph cannot make its own food, so it feeds on others. A heterotroph is an organism that rely on other organisms for food. Heterotrophs can be classified according to how they obtain their chemical energy, and there are two main categories of heterotrophs: the consumers and the decomposers. Decomposers are one type of heterotroph. They obtain food by chemically decomposing dead organisms. Fungi and soil bacteria are the decomposers of ecosystems. Consumers are also heterotrophs. Consumers eat other organisms to obtain chemical energy. Consumers can further be classified according to what they eat. A herbivore is a consumer that eats plants or producers for food. A carnivore is a consumer that eats other animals. Carnivores are also classified as predators. Predators because they are hunters, and most herbivorous species are classified as prey. These are the species that get hunted by carnivores. A third type of consumer is called an omnivore. Omnivores are consumers that obtain chemical energy from both plants and other animals. Some consumers are scavengers. They are not hunters because they don't hunt the meat they eat, but they consume the remains of dead organisms left behind by predators or organisms that died on their own. Understanding the roles of organisms in an ecosystem helps us see how organisms interact with, compete with, and rely on each other.
In a food chain, food which provides energy transferred from one trophic level to another. Thus, energy is used and conveyed from one trophic level to another. This process is called flow of energy. Studies of various food chains show that energy available of each successive level is 10% of the previous level, and plants convert only 1% of this energy into chemical energy. The flow of energy in the living component of the biosphere is unidirectional. The energy enters the living component from non-living environment through photosynthesis. The radiant energy of sun converted into chemical energy is never converted back into radiant energy. Thus, energy flow cannot occur in reverse direction, but is emitted into atmosphere as heat at every step. Energy transfer in the biosphere and food chain obeys the law of thermodynamics. According to the first law, it says that energy can be converted from one form to another, but can never be created nor destroyed. In the second law of thermodynamics, transformation is never completely efficient. Whenever energy is transformed from one place to another, there is a decrease in the amount of useful energy. A part of energy is converted to heat. Next topic, food chain. All living things are connected to each other, from small organism to largest creature. All living things needs energy to survive. Where does energy came from? It passes from one organism to another, connecting living things like links in a food chain. A food chain is a way to talk about relationship about organism and energy flow in living things. Every living thing is part of food chain, including us, and some things are more than one. All of the energy that in Earth's food chain comes from the sun. Sun's energy reaches Earth as light and heat, and plant capture some of it and convert it into food through photosynthesis. Because plant makes or produce their own food in sun's energy, they are called producers. Every food chain starts with producers. Because animals can create their own food, they must eat or consume energy from other sources. That's why animals are called consumer. Second link of the food chain is the consumer that eat plants, or they are called herbivores. When they eat plants, the energy transferred in the animal's body is what they use to move, breathe, and grow. Herbivores are called primary consumer. Next link is the secondary consumer. The second consumer in food chain. This consumer gets energy by eating other animals, or they are called carnivore. In a food chain, there can be many consumers, and even dead organism can be potential food to some other organism. Next topic is food web. Food web is the relationship between various organisms is being depicted by linking all the possible prey and predators of different food level. In an ecosystem, linking of feeding habit relations will provide a food web or interlocking pattern of several interlinked food chains is termed as food web.